The cake sits before me, 40 candles flickering in perfect formation. My adoptive mother Lily's voice rings out, leading the chorus of "Happy Birthday." But something in her tone seems off. I've known this woman for 4 decades, and tonight, her smile doesn't reach her eyes. I'm Tamara, and this is the night my world shattered. "Make a wish, sweetheart," my father Russell says, his hand resting heavily on my shoulder. I close my eyes, take a deep breath, and blow out the candles in one go. Everyone claps, but the applause feels hollow, mechanical. "Before we cut the cake," Lily interrupts, her voice trembling slightly, "we need to have a family discussion." My sister Violet exchanges knowing glances with our brother Braxton. My stomach drops. They know something I don't. "Can't it wait until after cake?" I ask, trying to keep my voice light. "I mean, it's chocolate ganache from Morris's." "No," Lily says firmly, smoothing her designer dress. "Everyone, please move to the living room." We file in like soldiers to execution. I sink into the familiar leather armchair, the one I've claimed as mine since childhood. Violet perches on the sofa's arm, while Braxton leans against the fireplace mantel, avoiding my eyes. "Tamara," Lily begins, clasping her hands together, "there's something we've needed to tell you for a very long time." She pauses and I watch her knuckles turn white. "You're adopted." The words hit me like a physical blow. I wait for the punchline, the laugh, anything to indicate this is some bizarre birthday joke. But there's only silence. "What?" My voice comes out as a whisper. "There's more," Russell adds, his face ashen. The family has decided it's best if we part ways." "Part ways?" I repeat dumbly. "What does that even mean?" Violet straightens her spine, always the practical one. "It means exactly what it sounds like, Tamara. We're severing ties, legally and personally." "But why?" The room starts spinning. "Why now? Why at all?" "It's complicated," Lily says, not meeting my eyes. "There are financial considerations, family matters." "Family matters?" I stand up so quickly the armchair scrapes against the hardwood floor. "I am family. I've been your daughter for 40 years. "You were never really family," Violet cuts in sharply. "That's the point." Braxton finally speaks up, his voice soft. Don't..." "No, let her finish," I say, anger replacing shock. "Let's hear exactly what my sister thinks." "I'm not your sister," Violet snaps. "And this isn't personal, Tamara. It's business. The family trust, the company shares. They're meant for blood relatives." My legs threaten to give out. "So this is about money? You're throwing me away because of money?" "We're not throwing you away," Lily protests weakly. "We're just redefining boundaries." I laugh, and it sounds hysterical even to my own ears. "Redefining boundaries? On my 40th birthday, after lying to me my entire life? We gave you everything," Russell says, finding his voice. "A good home, education, opportunities. And now you want it all back?" I grab my purse from the coffee table. "Well, congratulations. You've succeeded in giving me the worst birthday gift possible." "Tamara, please." Lily reaches for me, but I step back. "Don't touch me." Tears stream down my face as I back toward the door. "Any of you, ever again." "You're being dramatic," Violet calls after me. "This was always going to happen eventually." I turn to face them one last time, taking in the scene. Lily's carefully manufactured concern, Russell's guilty avoidance, Braxton's conflicted expression, and Violet's cold satisfaction. "You know what the worst part is?" My voice breaks. "I actually believed I belonged here, that I was loved unconditionally. What a fool I've been." "Tamara." Braxton starts to follow me, but Violet grabs his arm. I stride through the hallway, past the family photos that now feel like elaborate props in a lifelong performance. The front door slams behind me with satisfying force, and I make it to my car before completely breaking down. Through my tears, I see the birthday cake still sitting on the dining room table through the window, 40 candles now cold and useless. My wish seems ridiculous now. I'd wished for another year of family happiness. My phone buzzes. It's Jimmy, my best friend, probably calling to wish me happy birthday. I let it go to voicemail, unable to speak through my sobs. As I start the car, I catch a glimpse of myself in the rearview mirror, mascara streaked, eyes red, looking every bit the unwanted child they've revealed me to be. The woman staring back at me is a stranger, just like the family I thought I knew. I pull away from the house I once called home, leaving behind 40 years of memories that have just been revealed as beautiful lies. Happy birthday to me. 3 days after my birthday disaster, I find myself standing in front of my childhood home, key in hand. I know Lily and Russell are at their country club. Their Sunday routine hasn't changed in 20 years. The house feels different now, hollow somehow, as I slip inside. Jimmy's voice echoes in my head from our conversation last night. "You need closure, Tam. Go get your things while they're out. I'll help you move them to my guest room." The stairs to the attic creak under my feet, each step a memory. This was my hiding place during teenage fights, my refuge when report cards disappointed, my secret reading nook where I'd escape into novels about belonging. "What are you doing here?" I whirl around to find Braxton at the bottom of the attic stairs, his face unreadable. "Jesus, you scared me." My hand clutches my chest. I thought everyone would be out. "Skipped golf." He climbs the stairs slowly. Couldn't stomach another lecture from Mom about family loyalty. I turn away, pulling down the attic ladder. Funny, considering recent events. "Tam, I tried to." "Don't." I hold up my hand. "Just don't." The attic air is thick with dust and memories. My old cheerleading uniform hangs in a garment bag, next to boxes labeled Tamara's School Projects, in Lily's perfect handwriting. Everything carefully preserved, like artifacts in a museum dedicated to a life that was never really mine. "Need help?" Braxton asks, hovering uncertainly. "No, I need answers." I face him. "Did you know? All this time?" He looks away. "Found out when I was 16. Overheard Mom and Dad arguing about the trust fund. 14 years. I laugh bitterly. "You kept this secret for 14 years. What was I supposed to say?" His voice cracks. "Hey, sis, guess what? You're not really my sister." I move toward Grandma Rose's old trunk, needing something to do with my hands. Anything would have been better than this. The trunk's brass latch is stuck. I jiggle it, frustrated tears threatening to fall. "Here, let me." Braxton steps forward. "I've got it." The latch gives way suddenly, the lid flying open. Papers scatter across the floor like autumn leaves. "What's all this?" Braxton bends to help gather them. "Stop!" I snatch a yellowed envelope from his hands. My name is written on it in Grandma Rose's elegant script. My hands shake as I open it. A legal document falls out, along with a handwritten letter. "My dearest Tamara," I read aloud, my voice trembling. "If you're reading this, then certain truths have come to light. I always feared this day would come." Braxton moves closer. "What is it?" "It's her will." I scan the documents, my eyes widening. She left me everything, her house in Vermont, her investments, all of it, in a separate trust, outside the family estate. "What?" Braxton grabs the papers. "That's impossible." Mom said Grandma Rose left everything to the family trust. I continue reading the letter. She knew Brax. She knew I was adopted, and she knew what might happen. She protected me. "Mom's going to lose it," Braxton whispers. "Good." I fold the papers carefully. Karma's funny that way. "What are you going to do?" I stand, clutching the documents to my chest. First, I'm calling my lawyer. Then, I'm going to do exactly what this family wanted. I'm going to make something of myself, all on my own. "Tam." Braxton reaches for me, but I step back. "You should go. Violet will be expecting her weekly report on the family disappointment." His face falls. "That's not fair." "None of this is fair." I head toward the stairs. But at least now I know one person in this family truly loved me. "I love you," he calls after me. "You're still my sister." I pause at the top of the stairs, looking back at him standing among the scattered remnants of my childhood. Love shouldn't come with conditions, Brax. Grandma Rose taught me that. As I leave the house for the last time, my phone buzzes. It's Jimmy. You okay? He asks when I answer. No, I reply, starting my car. But I will be. Can you meet me at Carlton and Associates? I need a good lawyer. On my way, he says without hesitation. Want to tell me what's going on? I look at the envelope on my passenger seat, Grandma Rose's final gift of love and protection. Let's just say the universe has a way of balancing things out. As I pull away from the house, I catch a glimpse of Braxton watching from the attic window. He raises his hand in a half wave, but I don't wave back. Some bridges, once burned, can never be rebuilt, but from their ashes, something stronger might rise. Grandma Rose made sure of that. Sign here and here. Jimmy points to the lease agreement, practically bouncing with excitement. This is it, Tam. Your own business space in downtown. I grip the pen tightly, staring at the pristine document. 2 months have passed since discovering Grandma Rose's will, and everything's moving at lightning speed. The inheritance cleared, the lawyers confirmed my rights, and now I'm about to sign a lease on a premium office space. Are you sure about this? I ask, hesitating. It's a lot of money, even with the inheritance. Stop second-guessing yourself, Jimmy says, pulling up a chair. You've been doing small business bookkeeping from your apartment for years. This is your chance to go big. The realtor clears her throat politely. The space does have other interested parties. I sign quickly, before doubt can creep in again. The scratch of pen on paper sounds final, definitive. Congratulations, the realtor beams, gathering the documents. The space is yours. After she leaves, Jimmy and I stand in the empty office. Sunlight streams through floor-to-ceiling windows, illuminating endless possibilities. I can see it already, Jimmy gestures dramatically. Modern desks here, a conference room there, maybe even one of those fancy coffee bars that Violet's always bragging about at her firm. I stiffen at my sister's name. This isn't about them. Sure it isn't. Jimmy raises an eyebrow. Just like you didn't deliberately choose a location 3 blocks from the family business. Before I can respond, a knock interrupts us. A tall man in a sharp suit stands in the doorway. Sorry to intrude, he says, stepping forward. I'm Piers Franklin. I couldn't help overhearing. Are you starting a business here? Tamara, I introduce myself. And yes, a consulting firm. Why? I'm looking to expand my client base. Piers hands me his business card. I specialize in business development and strategic planning. Maybe we could help each other out? Jimmy clears his throat pointedly. Oh, this is Jimmy, my best friend and apparently my self-appointed business advisor, I add with a smile. Piers laughs. Always good to have someone in your corner. Listen, I'm free for lunch if you'd like to discuss potential collaboration. An hour later, we're sitting at a nearby cafe, and Pierce's ideas are making my head spin. You've got the financial expertise, he says, sketching on a napkin. I've got the business development experience. Together, we could offer comprehensive services to small and medium businesses. That's actually brilliant, I admit, studying his rough diagram. It's more than brilliant, Jimmy chimes in. It's exactly what you need to compete with the big firms, including Harris and Associates, Pierce asks innocently. I freeze. How did you... I do my research, Pierce shrugs. Your family's firm is well known in the business community, and now their former bookkeeper is starting a competing business. That's interesting. I wasn't their bookkeeper, I say sharply. I was their daughter, until I wasn't. Pierce's expression softens. Even better reason to succeed. You don't know what you're getting into, I warn. The Harris family has connections everywhere. So we'll make our own connections. Pierce leans forward. Look, I've been trying to break into this market for years. The old firms have it locked down tight. But together, we could shake things up. Jimmy kicks me under the table. Say yes, Tam. This is perfect. I look between them. Jimmy's encouraging smile, Pierce's confident determination. For the first time since my birthday, I feel something like hope. Okay, I say. But we do this right. Professional, ethical, above board. I won't give them any ammunition. Of course, Pierce agrees, though it might be fun to watch them squirm when they realize what's coming. Back at the office, Jimmy helps me measure spaces for furniture while I make calls to contractors. Each ring of my phone makes me tense, expecting Lily or Violet to have somehow heard the news. Stop waiting for the other shoe to drop, Jimmy says, catching my expression. This is your moment. I know, it's just... I gesture helplessly. Everything's happening so fast. Good things sometimes do. He hugs me tight. Grandma Rose would be proud. As if on cue, my phone buzzes with a text from Braxton. Heard rumors about a new consulting firm opening downtown. That you? I show Jimmy the message. And so it begins, he says dramatically. I type back, news travels fast. Braxton's response comes quickly. Violet's already asking questions. Be careful. I turn off my phone and walk to the windows, looking out at the city skyline. Somewhere out there, my former family is probably already plotting how to handle this development. Let them plot. Ready to order the furniture? Jimmy asks, waving a catalogue. I smile, feeling stronger than I have in months. Ready for everything. Another client signed. Pierce bursts into my office, waving a contract. That's 3 this week. I look up from my computer, where I've been staring at invitation designs for our grand opening. 4 months of intense work have transformed the empty space into a thriving business. Modern art adorns the walls. The coffee bar Jimmy insisted on hums with activity, and most importantly, our client list grows daily. Which one? I ask, saving my work. Thompson Manufacturing. They're leaving Harris and Associates for us. Pierce's grin widens. Apparently, Violet's been too busy with social events to give them proper attention. My stomach tightens at the mention of my former sister. Let's not celebrate taking their clients specifically. Why not? Pierce perches on my desk. They're fair game, especially after what Violet did last week. He's referring to the networking event where Violet had loudly questioned my qualifications to potential clients. The memory still stings. Speaking of celebrations, Jimmy walks in with coffee cups. How's the guest list coming for the opening gala? I turn my laptop around to show them. Almost done, just one decision left to make. They both lean in to read the names, and Pierce whistles. You're really inviting them? The whole Harris clan? I haven't decided yet. I fidget with my pen. Braxton's been texting, saying they should be there. For closure or whatever. Closure? Jimmy scoffs. More like they want to scope out the competition. Maybe both. I pull up the invitation design. What do you think of this? The elegant card reads, Franklin and Associates Consulting cordially invites you to celebrate our grand opening. It's perfect, Pierce says. Professional, classy, and just a hint of, look who's successful now. Add them, Jimmy suddenly declares. Invite the whole family. Let them see exactly what they threw away. I click the mouse, adding 5 more names to the list. Done, before I lose my nerve. Now, about your speech, Pierce starts, but my phone interrupts us. It's Braxton, I say, staring at the screen. Speaker, Jimmy demands, settling into a chair. I answer, hitting the speaker button. Hey, Brax. Tam, you need to know something. His voice sounds strained. Violet's planning something for your opening. I overheard her talking to Mom. Of course she is, I sigh. What kind of something? She's bringing reporters, plans to make some sort of scene about family betrayal or something. I don't know the details. Pierce snorts. Family betrayal? That's rich, coming from them. Who's that? Braxton asks. My business partner, I reply, and Jimmy's here too. Look, just be prepared, okay? Mom's backing her play as usual. Thanks for the warning. I pause. Will you be there? Silence stretches for a moment. Would you want me to be? I sent you an invitation, didn't I? Yeah, he sighs. I'll be there. Someone should witness your triumph. After we hang up, Pierce jumps into action. This is perfect. We can use this. Use what? I ask. My sister's attempt to humiliate me. No, use their pettiness against them. He starts pacing. We'll alert our own media contacts. Frame it as the inspiring story of an adopted daughter overcoming rejection to build something amazing. Jimmy sits up straighter. That's brilliant. The public loves an underdog story. I don't want to look vindictive, I protest. It's not vindictive if it's true, Pierce argues. Look, you've built something incredible here. Let people see that. Let them see how success is the best revenge. I glance around my office, taking in the evidence of our hard work. The framed business licenses, the growing team outside, the calendar packed with client meetings. Okay, I decide, but we do this my way, professional, dignified, and absolutely true. Of course, Pierce grins. I'll call my media contacts now. As he leaves, Jimmy studies me. You okay? No, I admit, but I will be. This needs to happen, doesn't it? It does. He squeezes my shoulder. Time to show them who Tamara really is. I turn back to the invitation list, my cursor hovering over the Harris family names. With a deep breath, I click Send All. My phone immediately pings with a text from Violet. Got your invitation. Bold move, sis. Hope you're ready for what comes next. I show Jimmy the message. Oh, we're ready, he says firmly. They have no idea what's coming. I look out my office window at the building that houses Harris and Associates, visible just a few blocks away. For years, that building represented everything I thought I was part of. Now, it's just another competitor in my rearview mirror. Time to write that speech, I tell Jimmy, opening a new document. I've got a story to tell. The grand opening gala transforms our office space into something magical. Crystal chandeliers cast warm light over the crowd. String quartet music fills the air, and champagne flows freely. I stand near the entrance, greeting guests in my midnight blue gown, trying to keep my hands from shaking. Stop fidgeting, Jimmy whispers, appearing at my side with a fresh glass of water. You look amazing. They're late, I murmur, checking my phone again. The Harris family is never late. They're trying to make an entrance. Pierce joins us, adjusting his tie. Classic power play. But look around. The room is already packed with our clients and supporters. He's right. The space buzzes with energy as business leaders, local politicians, and media representatives mingle. Our strategy worked. 3 different news crews are setting up their equipment. Mrs. Patterson just cornered me, Pierce continues. She's thrilled with our work on her company's expansion. Says she'll tell anyone who'll listen. Incoming, Jimmy suddenly tenses. 9 o'clock. I turn to see them entering. Lily and Russell in the lead, followed by Violet in a striking red dress that screams, "Look at me." Braxton trails behind, looking uncomfortable in his tuxedo. Tamara, Lily's voice carries across the room as she approaches. What a lovely venue. The slight pause speaks volumes. I force a smile. Thank you for coming. Please enjoy the evening. Oh, we will. Violet steps forward, her smile sharp as glass. I see you've invited quite the media presence. Interesting choice. We're proud of our accomplishments, Pierce interjects smoothly. The press seems quite interested in successful new businesses. Violet's eyes narrow. And you are? Pierce Franklin, managing partner. He extends his hand. Your reputation precedes you, Violet. Funny, she ignores his hand. Yours doesn't precede you at all. Violet, Braxton warns quietly. What? She turns to him. I'm just making conversation with our dear sister's new associate. Actually, I cut in, my voice steady. Pierce is my equal partner. We built this together. How sweet, Lily murmurs. Though I wonder what your father would say about... Russell isn't my father, I interrupt. As you all made very clear. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other guests to greet. I turn away, but Violet's voice stops me. Don't forget, some of these clients used to be ours. Family loyalty runs deep in this community. So does the appreciation for genuine service, Pierce counters, which is why they chose us. Before Violet can respond, the event coordinator signals me. Ms. Tamara, we're ready for your speech. I make my way to the small stage we've set up, feeling hundreds of eyes on me. The cameras turn in my direction, red lights blinking. In the crowd, I spot the Harris family moving closer, Violet's red dress like a warning signal. Good evening, everyone, I begin, my voice carrying clearly through the microphone. Thank you all for being here tonight to celebrate the launch of Franklin & Associates Consulting. The room quiets, and I catch Braxton's encouraging nod. Some of you know me as the former bookkeeper for Harris & Associates. Others know me as their adopted daughter. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. But tonight, I stand before you as something else entirely. A woman who discovered that sometimes losing everything is the first step to gaining something greater. I see Lily shift uncomfortably, Russell's hand tightening on her shoulder. This firm represents more than just business consulting. It represents resilience, determination, and the power of choosing your own family. I gesture to Pierce and Jimmy. It represents the truth that success doesn't depend on your last name, but on your willingness to rise above circumstances and create something meaningful. Violet's face flushes red, matching her dress. She whispers something to Lily, who shakes her head sharply. To our clients who believed in us, thank you. To our amazing team who worked tirelessly to make this happen, thank you. And to those who thought I wouldn't succeed without a prestigious family name behind me. I pause, meeting Violet's gaze directly. Thank you for the motivation. The room erupts in applause. As I step down from the stage, I see reporters moving toward the Harris family, microphones extended. Violet's carefully crafted expression cracks slightly. That, Jimmy hugs me tight, was perfect. Pierce grins, checking his phone. Already trending on local news sites. New consulting firm challenges family legacy. They love an underdog story. I watch as Violet storms toward the exit, Lily and Russell following quickly. Only Braxton remains, making his way toward me through the crowd. Nice speech, sis, he says quietly. You really did it. I really did, I agree, feeling lighter than I have in months. And this is just the beginning. The party continues around us, but all I can think is, Grandma Rose would be proud. Her final gift didn't just give me financial freedom, it gave me the courage to become who I was always meant to be. They're waiting in the conference room, Pierce says, touching my elbow gently. The gala's winding down, but this final confrontation looms ahead. You don't have to do this. Yes, I do. I straighten my dress and check my reflection in the window. They asked for a private meeting. Let's get it over with. Jimmy steps forward. Want me to come with you? No, but stay close. I squeeze his hand and head toward the conference room. The glass walls reveal my former family seated around the mahogany table, Lily dabbing at her eyes with a monogrammed handkerchief, Russell staring at his hands, Violet practically vibrating with tension, and Braxton looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. I enter, closing the door behind me. The click sounds final. Well, I say, remaining standing, you wanted to talk. Talk. That speech was completely inappropriate. Violet starts, but Lily raises a hand to stop her. Please sit down, Tamara. Lily's voice trembles. We need to discuss this like family. Family? I laugh, but take a seat anyway. That's rich coming from you. We made a mistake, Russell blurts out. We handled everything wrong. A mistake? I lean forward. A mistake is forgetting someone's birthday. A mistake is burning dinner. Disowning your daughter of 40 years on her birthday. That's a choice. We were trying to protect the family business, Violet interjects. The trust stipulations could have been amended. I cut her off. But you didn't want that, did you? You saw a chance to get rid of the competition. That's not true, Lily protests. Isn't it? I turn to her. Did you know about Grandma Rose's will? About what she left me? The color drains from Lily's face. How did you... Found it in the attic. She knew what you might do, and she protected me. Your own mother saw this coming. Russell shifts uncomfortably. Rose always was too soft. Soft? I stand up, hands flat on the table. She was the only one strong enough to stand up for what's right, the only one who truly loved me unconditionally. We love you, Lily sobs. We thought, you thought I'd go away quietly, disappear with a small settlement and never bother you again. I gesture to the office beyond the glass walls. Surprise. You're taking our clients, Violet accuses. They're choosing us, I correct her, because we work harder, care more, and don't take them for granted while we're busy playing country club politics. Braxton finally speaks up. She's right, Vi. You've been losing clients for months before Tamara even started her firm. Shut up, Braxton, Violet snaps. Whose side are you on? That's the problem with this family, I say quietly. Everything's about sides, loyalty tests, blood ties. Well, I'm done playing those games. What do you want? Russell asks wearily. Money? A position at the firm? I want nothing from you. I straighten up. I have everything I need. A successful business, real friends, and the knowledge that I succeeded despite you, not because of you. Please. Lily reaches for my hand. We can fix this. I pull away. Some things can't be fixed, Lily. Some betrayals cut too deep. So that's it? Violet stands. You're just going to keep stealing our clients, destroying what our family built. I'm going to keep building what I've created, I correct her. What you do with your business is your concern. But remember, karma has a way of balancing things out. Through the glass walls, I see Jimmy and Pierce watching anxiously. Beyond them, the last party guests are leaving, many stopping to shake hands with our team members. We're done here, I say, moving toward the door. Thank you for coming to the opening. Tamara, wait, Braxton calls out. What about me? Us? I pause, hand on the door handle. You knew for 14 years, Brax. You watched them plan this. Your silence was a choice too. I'm sorry, he whispers. I know. I look back at them one last time. This family that shaped me, broke me, and inadvertently made me stronger. But sorry doesn't always fix things. I walk out, letting the door swing shut on Lily's fresh sobs. Jimmy and Pierce immediately flank me. You okay? Jimmy asks. No, I admit, but I will be. Pierce checks his phone. 3 more clients just emailed about switching to us. Word travels fast. I look back through the glass. The Harris family sits in tableau, Lily crying, Russell comforting her, Violet seething, Braxton staring after me. They look small somehow, diminished. Let's go home, I tell my real family, Jimmy and Pierce. We have work to do tomorrow. As we leave, I feel lighter, freer. Sometimes the hardest conversations are the most necessary ones. Sometimes goodbye is the only way forward. The numbers don't lie, Pierce announces, projecting our quarterly results onto the conference room screen. 6 months after our opening gala, we're holding our first all-hands meeting. We've exceeded projections by 200%. Applause erupts from our team of 20, all hired from top firms, including 3 who left Harris & Associates for better opportunities with us. I beam with pride from my seat at the head of the table. But that's not why we called this meeting, I say, standing up. Jimmy, want to share the news? Jimmy grins, passing out printed articles. We've been named Business Consulting Firm of the Year by the Regional Business Journal. The ceremony's next week. More cheering follows, but a knock at the door interrupts our celebration. Through the glass, I see Braxton standing awkwardly in the reception area. Take 5, everyone, I manage to say steadily. Great work today. As the team files out, Pierce squeezes my shoulder. Want us to stay? No, I've got this. I straighten my blazer and open the door. Braxton, this is unexpected. He looks different, tired, older somehow. Can we talk? I lead him to my office, aware of curious glances from my team. Through the windows, I can see Harris & Associates building, its once imposing presence, now just another part of the skyline. Nice office, he says, settling into a chair. Very different from Mum's traditional style. That's the point. I sit behind my desk. Why are you here, Brax? He pulls out his phone, showing me a news article. You're getting the award they've been chasing for years. Is that why you came? To warn me about another Violet scheme? No. He puts the phone away. I came because things are falling apart over there. Violet's drinking, Dad's talking about early retirement, and Mom... He trails off. And Mom, what? She's not handling any of this well. The lost clients, your success, the gossip at her precious country club. He runs a hand through his hair. She's talking about selling the firm. I lean back, letting this sink in. Why are you telling me this? Because I'm leaving too. He meets my eyes. I've accepted a position in Seattle. Fresh start, you know? Running away won't fix things, Brax. Neither will staying. He stands pacing. You were right, at the gala. My silence made me complicit. I can't undo that, but I can stop participating in their drama. A knock interrupts us. Jimmy holding a stack of papers. Sorry, but the magazine needs quotes for the award article. They're on deadline. Give me 5 minutes, I ask. He nods and retreats. You've built something amazing here, Braxton says quietly. I'm proud of you, sis. The old nickname hits hard. Don't. Sorry. He moves toward the door. For everything. I mean that. Brax, I call as he reaches for the handle. Why did you really come? He turns back, eyes glistening. To say goodbye properly this time. And to give you this. He places an envelope on my desk. It's from Grandma Rose. Found it in Mum's study while she was packing things up. It's dated a week before she died. My hands shake as I open it. Inside, a single photo falls out. Me at 18, graduation day, with Grandma Rose beaming beside me. On the back, in her elegant handwriting, blood doesn't make a family, love does. Never forget who you are, my dear one. She knew, Braxton says softly. She always knew you'd rise above it all. Tears blur my vision. Thank you for bringing this. Take care of yourself, Tam. He opens the door. Maybe someday. Maybe, I agree, though we both know some bridges can't be rebuilt. After he leaves, Jimmy and Pierce burst in. Everything okay? Jimmy asks, eyeing the envelope. I show them the photo. Better than okay. This is closure. Pierce checks his watch. Speaking of closure, we need your quotes for the article. Any message you want to send? I look at the photo again, at Grandma Rose's proud smile, then out my window at the Harris building standing dim against the bright sky. Yes, I say, picking up a pen. Success isn't about who you're born to, but who you choose to become. Sometimes the family you make is stronger than the family you're given. Perfect, Jimmy grins. That'll drive Violet crazy. That's not why I said it. I tuck the photo into my desk drawer. It's just the truth. Pierce starts typing on his tablet. The ceremony's next Thursday, ready to accept that award in front of the entire business community. I think of Braxton's news, the crumbling Harris empire, Violet's spiral, Lily's defeat. Karma indeed has a way of balancing things out. Ready, I say firmly. It's time to write the next chapter. The award sits on my desk, catching the morning light. I'm early today. Couldn't sleep after yesterday's news. The Harris & Associates building stands empty across the street, a sold sign prominent in its windows. My phone buzzes, a text from Braxton in Seattle. It's done, papers signed this morning. Mum's taking it harder than expected. You okay? Before I can respond, Pierce rushes in. Have you seen the business section? He drops the newspaper on my desk. The headline reads, Harris & Associates acquired by Franklin Consulting, a new chapter in business leadership. We did it, I whisper, touching the paper. It's really happening. Tamara, my assistant pokes her head in. Violet's here. She doesn't have an appointment. Send her in. I stand, smoothing my skirt. Pierce, stay? Always. Violet enters, looking nothing like the polished shark she once was. Her designer outfit hangs loose, her eyes tired but clear. Congratulations, she says stiffly. You won. Happy now? This wasn't about winning, Violet. I gesture to a chair. Would you like to sit? No. She paces instead. I just need to know. Was this your plan all along? Take everything from us. My plan was to succeed despite you, not because of you. I pick up the award. Everything else was karma. Mum's devastated. Violet's voice cracks. The firm was her life. The firm became more important than family, I correct her. That was the problem. Jimmy appears in the doorway, slightly out of breath. Sorry I'm late. Saw Violet come in. It's fine, I assure him. We're just having a conversation about choices and consequences. Violet stops pacing. What are you going to do with the building? Transform it, Pierce answers. Modern offices, collaborative spaces, a business incubator for startups. And the name? She asks quietly. I meet her eyes. Franklin and Associates will remain, but we're creating the Rose Foundation, a non-profit to help adopted children access business education and mentorship. Violet sinks into a chair, finally. Grandma Rose would have liked that. Yes, she would. I open my desk drawer, pulling out the graduation photo. She understood what really matters. I didn't, Violet admits, looking at the photo. None of us did. She stands abruptly. I should go. I have a therapy appointment. Good for you, I say sincerely. At the door, she turns back. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Not because we lost everything, but because I never appreciated having you as a sister. After she leaves, Jimmy wraps me in a bear hug. You okay? Better than okay. I look at Pierce. Ready to announce the Rose Foundation? Press is already gathering downstairs, he grins. Shall we? In the elevator, Jimmy nudges me. What you've created here, it's more than just business success. You've built something meaningful. The lobby is packed with reporters and cameras. As I step up to the podium, I see a familiar face in the back. Braxton, who must have flown in for this moment. Good morning, I begin. Today marks not just a business acquisition, but a new beginning. The Rose Foundation will ensure that no child feels unwanted, no dream goes unsupported, and no arbitrary barriers stand in the way of success. Through the glass doors, I spot Lily watching from across the street, Russell at her side. They make no move to enter, but they're listening. Family isn't defined by blood or last names, I continue. It's built through love, support, and understanding. The Rose Foundation will honor that truth by supporting those who need it most. After the announcement back in my office, I find a small package on my desk. Inside is Grandma Rose's old business card holder with a note from Lily. She would have wanted you to have this. I understand now why she chose you. Pierce examines our expansion plans while Jimmy orders celebration lunch. Through my window, I watch the workers taking down the Harris and Associates sign. Ready for the next chapter? Pierce asks. I look around at my true family. Jimmy arranging food, Pierce with his endless optimism, our talented team beyond the glass walls. I think of Braxton finding his own path, Violet facing her demons, and the Harris parents finally understanding what they lost. More than ready, I say, placing Grandma Rose's card holder on my desk next to the award. We have work to do. The morning sun streams through the windows, illuminating the space where I finally found my true purpose. Not in seeking revenge, but in creating something meaningful from the ashes of rejection. Something that would make Grandma Rose proud. I pick up my phone to text Braxton. Thank you for coming. Dinner tonight. His reply comes quickly. Wouldn't miss it, sis. Some bridges burn, others transform. What matters is building something stronger in their place.